Let me ask you something. How much Bitcoin do you need to be considered wealthy? Most people will guess wrong, and I mean completely wrong, because we're not talking about dollar amounts. We're talking about something far more powerful: scarcity rank. There are 8 billion people on this planet, and by the time this video ends, you'll know exactly where your Bitcoin stack puts you in the global wealth hierarchy, not just compared to other Bitcoin holders, but compared to all of humanity. Stay with me, because level 3 is going to shock you. What's up, everyone? Today we're breaking down the 5 levels of Bitcoin wealth, from your very first satoshi all the way up to the elite tier that less than 1% of all wallets will ever touch. And we're not just throwing out numbers, we're going to show you what each level actually means in terms of rarity, real-world equivalence, and what it could represent for your future. Let's get into it. Before we dive in, you need to understand one thing. Bitcoin is the scarcest asset ever created by humans. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. That's not a marketing claim, it's hard-coded math. No CEO can change it, no government can inflate it, it just is. Now here's where it gets wild. Of those 21 million, roughly 3 million are already gone forever. Lost keys, dead hard drives, forgotten wallets from 2010. That leaves an estimated 16.6 million in circulation. Divide that by 8 billion people on Earth, you get 0.002 Bitcoin per person. That's about 200,000 sats each if it were split perfectly equally, which it never will be. Keep that number in mind because it's your baseline for everything we're about to talk about. Level 1, the scooter tier, less than 0.01 BTC. This is the entry point, under 1 million sats, under 0.01 Bitcoin. And here's the reality, 88% of all Bitcoin wallet addresses fall into this category. If you're sitting here thinking, that's almost nothing, stop, pull back, and look at the big picture. If you hold even 0.001 Bitcoin today, you are already ahead of the vast majority of all wallets on the entire network. And remember, most of the world's 8 billion people hold 0 Bitcoin, not 0.001, 0. Think of this level as planting the seed. You've stepped through a door that most people don't even know exists. The scooter tier is humble, but it moves, and it's on the road when most people are still standing on the pavement wondering whether crypto is real. Real-world parallel? Owning your first share of stock. Small? Yes. Meaningful? Absolutely. Level 2, the sedan tier, 0.01 to 0.1 BTC. Now we're cooking. At this level, you're in the top 0.04% of the global population. Read that again, top 0.04%. That means 99.96% of people on Earth own less Bitcoin than you. Let me put that in perspective. Being a millionaire puts you in roughly the top 1% of the world by wealth. Owning 0.01 Bitcoin puts you in a category that is 25 times rarer than being a millionaire, not in dollar value, in scarcity rank. This tier makes up about 69% of all wallets holding more than 0.01 BTC, so it's the backbone of the Bitcoin holder community. These are the stackers, the patient ones, the people who set up a recurring buy and don't touch it. If you're in New York City, this would be like being one of just 9,000 people out of 8 million with this level of Bitcoin, less than the number of employees at one tech company. Real-world parallel? This is your sensible, reliable, paid-off car. Nothing flashy, but you own it. No debt, it's yours. Level 3, the Tesla tier, 0.1 to 1 BTC. This is where things start to get serious, and this is the level that surprises most people. Only 30% of wallets holding more than 0.01 BTC reach this tier. And in terms of individual holders, once you correct for the fact that exchanges and institutions hold multiple wallets, the real number of people at this level is even smaller. But here's the stat that will stick with you. To be in the top 10% of traditional wealth in the US, you need roughly $1.2 million. In the UK, it's about 600,000 pounds. To be in the top 10% of Bitcoin holders, you need approximately 0.1 Bitcoin, around $10,000 at mid-2025 prices. The cost of a second-hand Toyota gets you into Bitcoin's equivalent of the global wealth elite in terms of relative scarcity. If you live in Greater London, this is like being one of only 3,300 people out of 9 million with this level of Bitcoin. That's a single stadium section, one small concert crowd. Real-world parallel? You're in a Tesla. Comfortable, forward-thinking, quietly powerful. You've made it somewhere most people won't. Level 4, the Porsche tier, 1 to 10 BTC. Now we're entering the rarefied air. Just 8% of all Bitcoin wallets hold between 1 and 10 whole Bitcoin. If you own even one full Bitcoin, you are now in a club that can never grow past a certain size. There are only 21 million Bitcoin total. Even if every single one were distributed to one person each, that's still fewer people than live in Shanghai. But of course, they're not evenly distributed. They're concentrated, and a large portion are held by exchanges, ETFs, and institutions that will never sell. The number of individual humans who own one full Bitcoin is estimated to be somewhere between 500,000 and 1 million worldwide, in a world of 8 billion people. That's less than 0.01% of the global population. In Hong Kong, a city of 7.5 million, this would be like being one of just 888 people, fewer than the crowd at a local basketball game. Real-world parallel? The Porsche. Sleek, powerful, people notice. You're not showing off, you just got here early and stayed disciplined. Level 5, the Lambo tier, 10 plus BTC. This is the top, the 1.2% of all wallets that hold 10 or more Bitcoin. The true OGs, the early believers, the long-term holders who saw the future when everyone else laughed. In Chicago, city of 2.7 million, owning between 10 and 100 Bitcoin is like being one of just 131 people in the entire city. That's not a club, that's a dinner party. And these aren't just lucky people. Many of them sat through 80% drawdowns multiple times. They watched friends sell in panic. They held. They stayed patient. At this level, in terms of scarcity, you're not just wealthy, you're historically rare. Like owning beachfront property before the town was built, or buying Manhattan real estate in the 1800s. Real-world parallel? The Lamborghini. You're not just on the road, you're the kind of person other people point at as they drive past. Here's what all 5 levels have in common. None of them required inheritance, none of them required a degree, none of them required the right connections or country of birth. Bitcoin is the first asset in human history that gives anyone, anywhere, the ability to hold a piece of something genuinely, mathematically scarce. And the window, it's closing. Exchange balances are dropping, institutional buying is accelerating, ETFs are absorbing supply faster than it's being mined. The Bitcoin that's available to buy at these prices is evaporating. One day, and I don't know exactly when, even 0.01 Bitcoin could look like owning a Manhattan apartment in the 1960s, a decision that seemed small at the time, a decision that changed generational outcomes. Most people will see that in the rearview mirror. You're watching this video, you already see it differently. So, which level are you? Drop it in the comments. Are you riding a scooter and stacking sats, cruising in a sedan, or are you already behind the wheel of something more interesting? Hit like if this changed the way you see your Bitcoin stack.